Hai, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nik Ainur Umairah binti Mustapa. My metric number is 058139.
Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Aisyah Adawiyah binti M.Jafri. My metric number is 057999.
And this is our submission for our video assignment on English 1. And the title for this video is How to Make Resin Art. So stay tuned.
I'm going to do pendants using resins. The resin I will be using today is known as AB liquid resin. So this is the resin. As you can see, it comes at the size of 2. This is epoxy resin A and this is epoxy resin B. Epoxy resin A is the resin, while epoxy resin B is the hardener. This one I purchased it at an art store called Pusaka Reunion for 32 ringgit. There you could also find other things that you could use for doing your resin art, but you could also purchase it on an online store, the one that I have bought it before. I have bought once before online shopping for 27 ringgit something. So I'm going to touch some of the shop that have a good review on it. A little bit of disclaimer before you start doing resins, any kind of art using resins, you have to know that the resins are really toxic because it's made of chemical substances. So I really advise you to put on glue before you start doing your project. I will be using plastic glue. I will put it on later when I'm doing the works. And also put on some protective layers on your surface. I put a layer of papers on my surface so that the resin will not stick on the surface of my table. So first we have to prepare the resin mixture. To prepare the resin mixture, there are two methods it could be used. One is by weighing and two is by measuring. So I'm going to use the weighing method. To use the weighing method, you need to have digital scales. This is one that I'll be using later. But if you want to use the measuring method, you need to know the ratio. The ratio will be 2.5 to 1, while if you're using the weighing method, the ratio will be 3 to 1. First, switch on the digital scale, then turn it, and then put your cups, and then turn it again, and then you can start pouring your resin. Resin B into resin A slowly. The reason that you should pour it slowly is that so that it will not cure quickly. So, slowly pour resin B into resin A. Then mix it gently for at least 80 seconds. This is a pearl powder that I'm using to put it into my resin mixture. So put it. Mix. This is how intense you want it, the colors to be.
So this one, I put a little bit of glitter, and I'm going to pour it in one of this mold. I'm going to pour it into this small one, slowly and carefully. So this is the results of what I've been doing for the past few minutes. We will let it secure for the next 24 hours, and after that we will see whether it will harden properly or not. So I actually have a bit of extra from the original I made. So I have a basic mold, so I'm going to use it. I'm going to show it to you tomorrow. Yeah. So this is the results what I've done this day. I have let this side for quite a long time. So here I'm going to unroll it and show it to you how the result is. So first, it's not that pretty, but thank you. This one, you see. So this is how it looks like after I unmolded it. As you can see, all of it comes out quite nice. This one, I use a leftover of the resins because I have bracelet molds. All of these are actually a pendants. This one comes out nice. I actually have an issue with this two because it's actually a pair, so it's kind of cute, but it comes out not as cute as I thought that it would be. But it's okay. I have this two. This two comes out quite nice, quite pretty, really cute. So I already attached a rope on it, and I'm going to show you how I attach a rope on this one. So this is the one that I made yesterday. As you can see, it's a failure because even though I've left it for more than 24 hours to cure, it is still not hard, and it's still a little bit sticky, to the point of you can bend it actually. So why it become like this is because yesterday I actually washed the molds before using them, and maybe I didn't dry it properly, and also maybe the ratio that I used yesterday is not correct, so it become like this. Just don't be like me, okay? Just don't be like me.
Everyone, have you all watched the tutorial that Ainur did? It's easy, right? Okay, now my turn to show the tutorial how to make resin craft. So, let's go! Today in this video, I'm going to show you the tutorial how to make the resin shaker. I recently ordered some resin shaker mold and they just arrived. Okay, the item we need are resin shaker mold. Here I have cat shape and bear shape. Next, the variety color of mica powder, like this. I have 3 color. Silicone mold dispenser cup and the stick. This. Set the iridescent sparkle coffee, and the important thing is exposurizing. Here I have exposurizing glue rising A and hardener B. Okay, the first thing, before you getting into the exposurizing, you must wear the glove while working with rising, along with long sleeves. You also must be in a ventilated room with open window, or a porch area is preferred. For rising shaker, you also can use a rising UV rising like this or like this. But generally I prefer two-part rising that I show you before, because it's much more durable and it more scratch resistant. Plus, rising is much cheaper than UV rising if you look at the price per ounce. For the first dose mixture of exposurizing is 3A ratio 1B. I use spoon to measure the exposurizing because I do not have the digital scale. Spoon. One. Okay. Two. And three. Okay, next. Open up. When it has been measured, stir the rising until it truly evenly distributed. The start rising is very easy to use and less of air bubbles. Then I'm going to set aside after I stir it. I'm going to set aside for 5 minutes. But I want to stir it until the bubble is in. After 5 minutes, I pour the mixture rising into the 2 silicone mold dispenser cup. Okay, the first cup I pour the mixture rising, just half, just a quarter of the cup. Same with the second cup, just quarter of the cup. Okay, the first cup I add some color, sky blue. This sky blue. I use the spoon, the teaspoon, just a little bit, not too much, because it's too light and become too dark if we use too much of color. Just a little bit. Okay, then I add some orange and pink sparkle or sprinkles. Okay, just a little bit. Okay, we first add pink sparkles, and then the orange sparkles, like that. Just a little bit, not too much. Okay, put aside, and then take the stick, and I stir the mixture so that it's mixed with the rising mixture. Okay, we stir about 1 minute. Okay, I think enough. Then we go to the second cup. For the second cup, I use dark pink color of makeup powder. Okay. Just like that. A little bit of color, or a little bit of powder, not too much, because it's a dark pink and the light is not pretty when we use too much. Okay, then I put some green and purple glitter. Okay. A little bit of glitter. Second, a little bit of purple glitter. So when let's mess it up a little bit. Little bit, yeah. Okay. Then I stir it. Then take then another stick to stir the mixture. I still same with the first cup, about 1 minute. After that, I pour. Take the what you call rising frame or rising shaker mold. I use the cat shape. Okay, so after that I pour the first cup and the second cup into the cat rising shaker mold together, but from different side. The first cup from above and the second cup from bottom. Okay, I pour this mixture like that. You see? Yeah, just like that. Slowly. Not really. Okay. You must clean the cup to make all the mixture is pour into the mold. We can use this stick to pour all the mixture like that. Just pour it. Just pour it. Okay, pour aside the first cup. Okay, the second cup. Make sure the mixture fills into the mold. Okay, just fill the mold. Okay, then clean up the stuff. Keep both in the safe and the high place so that can be kept away from the children. We have to wait for the resin dry. Dry time is around 24 hours.
The next morning,
24 hours have gone by and the resin is fully hardened. Okay, so we remove the resin from the mold. Just like that. Okay, it's fully hardened. Put aside from the mold. Now I want to show you guys some item that we can use for the shaker. I have a glitter, star bead, and another bead, stick bead, some glitter again, tea, star, and others. Okay, so actually you need some transparency film or transparency sheet. This whiteboard marker with eraser, syringe, scissors, cotton bud, racing mixer, and baby oil for the liquid. If everyone asks me why I use baby oil, it's because I heard that water can mold over the charm. If you wish, baby oil gives a very nice effect to the way beads and the stuff fall inside the charms. However, you have many choice when it comes to shaker liquid. You can use water with glycerin and mirror oil. Now I'm taking the transparency film. I'm going to put it over the charm, the area that I want to trace for the shaker area. Take my whiteboard marker and I'm going to start tracing. Make sure you accurate the trace around it, because sometimes I have issue where I went too fast and I cut too much. Okay, like this, and the shape. If you do not accurate the trace correctly, it did not fit properly over the charm. Okay, so I want to cut the transparency film according the measurement that I have been drawn, so they fit properly. So on a flat surface, I'm going to erase and start cleaning up around the area where the marker is at. First, I just use the whiteboard eraser to the bob, to the bob transparency film, just like that. Just I'm also going to use the tissue paper to kind of clean it up. I just want to make sure it's like super duper clean before actually I glue the transparency film onto the charm. So I'm gonna actually start putting in my film pieces of beads into the charm. Put off the kind of bead or stuff that you like. using my mixture resin to apply around the areas that I want to apply the transparency film. Be careful and make sure that you do not get off mixturizing into the actual part where the beads and the stuff are, because you can get the pieces stuck when it dry. Now I'm using the tweezer to put transparency film over the area that I apply mixturizing. Like that. Put it, be careful. Make sure it's put properly. And wait the glue dry. After it dry, this is how the charm look before you put baby oil inside of them. After that, I want to put in the baby oil inside them using syringe. Make sure the baby oil not fully into the charm, and make sure you have air to make the bead can move, form. Now clean up the baby oil around the resin, because after that we have to make domain over the charm, so the baby oil can make the so make sure do not have any oil, because oil and resin mixture cannot mix. I want to close the hole by apply resin glue. We use the toothpick. Make sure you close the hole correctly, because we do not want the baby oil because we do not want the baby oil out from the jar. After, I'm just using 2-part resin for doming. Put the wet mixture resin into the charm. And then spread evenly over all surface, and make sure that glue does not overflow. Be careful with that. I'm using the toothpick just to get rid of any bubbles. I'm also use paper plate to make sure that I can keep out any dust that we try to come on them over a few hours before they dry. Like that. Let's put that.
3 hours later.
After a few hours, this is how some my shaker charm turn out. You can see the bead and the stuff move. I hope you guys found this video is very helpful. That's all from me. See you later. Bye bye.